Chinsa Inye County ya Kisii. Omurai ibwense Dr. William Ruto gukwanira abakenya iguru ya magenderero aria aikiraniri gesa asoa abisi no moseneta bwe county ya Nyamira Okongo Mogeni oburiye serikali komenta engeria guchiase abalimi bechae ayo amana yanda mangeni kungukwariga senchira yugwikirano marietane Zaddock Omokenya.
Aya na yatekire Chinga Inye ime ya Kisii TV.
Tugochaka eyemo nigo amayanda amakumia abwata abantu bensemo yasunika Inye County ya Kisii yemagaga y'abasubati babere gusirya ubugima gwetera mu basukano gwebara uyo okorekana Inye yomochie osunika rituko lya lero korengana na akirolini go batebanga basubati abu babere nigo balinete ase epigipigi magaga yegalyo muchanga kubatuma na gusirya ubugima abwabo tomonyore umuliki oito Camilas Ongeta na mangi
abasubati babera Samarieta Josephine korwa mwata na bayigomagoma mbaka korwa mugori wodi ya nebunge ya Bonchari county ya Kisii nigo basirya magima abo maegaye kubatanirwa somo baskano beparam Chinga kibale korwa somo safari bwa matanga chinsemo chiasunika
nkoro kutoma sosoro aiga nonka nche narenge isiko asopwerigeri omungi no imoka ne amate yane buchikuyo mubere wo mugako uru oyore ni bayane ekere baenda mocheli bakurwo baikasunika market bamanya konyora umubasukano
korengana na Caroline go bakorabnam egali yo mochanga aina yetipa ninga yabatuma kurumaigam egentu ikere mosukano yo koene kigwa
story kidogo kuraso montu lenge ai witness ga kala kananga entrabe ya kala ente intentional Tomach kunga entraba ya piki ya mokolera yo nalia ruoro robo bwati mu class
abantu buna batebira manganaya mu basukano oyo igokorwa no wanja ikiagera murocha abantu abechi pigi bali bamubugoretie igo ba borokie sign yokuraga umutwiga wono uria we gali yenene oranga ekoro oramiro nalia aro mengana na kubakura
nonyana boni go twakoleta ara kwikase kunyurukia nyamanja senkaye yo mubabo subati abwiri gosangania mate yaye Chinga kitwanyora mwichano na bayiga mayandani gagendrete ko bwata inse hasenkwana ye masaye mamono mogako enya gosira magoma mbaka ni gere na nyor roboti go gosira kumurugyo ye o mwanchiwa
nkireta sega sinanyora ngwakerwe esime no musanyo go friend gamba akeranga kironte bipole nacha gukuminga ya pole ne yake onte na umurugyo twarenge na ro musabara usirire bono nje na bonsanga ete ngakinkocha kogenderera
mentana yueni go tweke na senka ya Josephine Chinsa mochie mwate bunge ya Bonchari asebe go twanyole ya mate ya bagendrete ne mebire ya matanga bari no mochano o monene
twanyole message ko mega mwaso kiri mwikirega inu mwatigira abana bamino babere ba itirune gali ba ya chire twabana mwichano monge tonjo kabaito alengensa utwese todiga banda twamiyoka kene toka ndo toikoro twanyara umwana ndetse sibi egali atache yatira umutu amono yonde tuko magoma mbaka
ogo semelia gwechi amate chigebere ngo chia serikali go tukengana yigasu bango kigimam na kwene Kenya gosira nkonyora bale o baine bwabo
bali balengo barole egali eria asogwa nchoku yabatworokie namba yegali eria kyaranje bono gatinda ikakunyemanya justice yakolekane abanyane gali eria barorenga kiwa compensate familia ye
baigo koboria kwa bongo chia sabarai aona baiga basamaria bali bali no moyo bugwancham go so kyabune nchele ya moyo sire ya mateyega asenchele yemo go seyende
Ito sabe serikali asubantu kwabo kwa mfano mnabona mwana Josephine yatigira abana bakesana na katika kuirwanerera rinda komya abana na bwata abana babere bari university na bane mbao abantu bazibira sibike ati n'umuntu konya kuirwanerera konya konya abana bahera
abana batikaira abake abana abane school baganeri ngino yo nero konya gukora imirimo inkaga iga okonya abana baye na tato mwabekera kali kuri yari gasi yamaboko buna murochere nkon nero korenta batotereri
wene nchele ya moyo kyani basakana ye para na baigo kwegerera magima yabange abana boda boda na baigo chintereba ni baburi go twara maskana baigo kuba maisom chinga kibago tumeka chipara sobo sombi
aba mura bakogenda ikipigipigi kene nga onye na bakore saini iyo iyine saini ko irite omuntu ora natabwati akiri bona yagera uchi gukora ibintu bibe naye kuba onyanga aso gwancho okuya gendia chipigipigi cheino na masikani na inu ekigali na inu sika abantu b'echipigipigi ekyara mwesi nuchukusi mokora yokogendia abantu mwanya abantu eyumutagete kolenda na magimabo
ko reporter ya Kisii television kurega sebunge ya Bonchari meye county ya Kisii Eriane Kamilas ongeta
Omurai bwense Dr. William Ruto emerogo bayabono nigo akwanira abakenya gati ya magendere serikali ya Kenya kwanza ya ikiraniri gesa soa abisi umwaka w'ikirubire na ngwasa 2022 kagukwana kurwase inyumba y'uburai bwense William Ruto ni gateba nge serikali ya nibegete emibango koenekya nga Vision 2030 ya ikiranirwe na guchakia bene Vision ya 2060 koenekya ense ya Kenya nige guchinchia anene ase amagendero na uchumi.
For 2 decades, Vision 2030 shaped our national development priorities, informed public policy, catalyzed investments, and most importantly, inspired the promulgation of our new constitution. As Vision 2030 approaches its horizon, our responsibility is not simply to replace it with another government document or plan. Our responsibility is far greater under the 2010 Constitution, that is, to craft a new national development charter that gives effect to the development imperatives enshrined in the Constitution and to decide together what kind of Kenya we want to build over the next generation and beyond. That conversation belongs to each one of us and to all of us. But before we decide where we should go next, we must first reflect honestly on the journey we have traveled. Since our independence more than 6 decades ago, the world has witnessed 3 great waves of industrialization and economic transformation, and Kenya has stood at the threshold of each one of them. Each wave lifted hundreds of millions of people out of poverty, transformed low-income economies into high-income nations, and created new centers of high economic growth, manufacturing, innovation, and global prosperity. The first unfolded between the 1960s and 80s. It involved the East Asian tigers, including South Korea, Singapore, Taiwan, and Hong Kong, which transformed themselves into prosperous, high-income industrialized economies. The second was in the late 1970s. China, together with Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, and Mauritius, embarked on bold economic reforms that lifted hundreds of millions of their citizens out of poverty and transformed their economies into globally competitive manufacturing and investment hubs. The third wave began in the early 90s. Vietnam, India, Bangladesh, and Cape Verde embraced reforms, expanded exports, attracted investments, and fundamentally changed the trajectory of their economies within one generation.
Esukuru ya ibacho lituko lya lero nigo yachengera lituko ly'ekisemi omuyega okorekana ase esukuru eyo ogukwana nabaliki amang'ana ababwatani aho b'ekisemi nigo babulia abahorokiwa kubeka omokia kwenekinga ngokora bali buya ase amatemwa y'omwaka oyo tomonyole omuliki oito Dan Muzungu na mange
magega yokorikia machibu manene ase amatemwa manene y'omwaka oria esukuru ya Ibacho Secondary School rituko riaro nigo banyara gochengera rituko ry'ekisemi ase esukuru eye iga ekarabo iga abaibori pamoja na aborokiwa n'abarimu bari gochengera rituko eri iga ase esukuru iga kogendera gokora buya.
Was the prize giving day for Ibacho High School. We had 32 students joining various universities in this republic, and it was a joyous moment for parents and students.
As followed the principal of Ibacho High School, today we had AGM graduation day, and our standard we were able to assess it as successful.
Students, we also took the time to encourage the current crop of candidates, and we hope that they do well in their exams.
Let's focus as a masom and listen to what your seniors, your elders are talking to you.
Asensemende nigo baiko baibori banyara gosabwa kwenekinga ngoche kubwatirana bali n'abarimu b'esukuru eye iga kugendera kwenekinga machibu amayango chara ase esukuru eye iga unabono asogwakana esukuru fees mapema kwenekinga aborokiwa bali barasoma matemwa manene y'omwaka oyo iga na barabunga ngoche kokori bali buya
kwa shule. Kama kuna issue na fees kuja kwa principal muweke mikakati vile mnalipa fees. Lakini mkiendelea kukaa na watoto wenu nyumbani, maisha ni yao, nyinyi ndio watakuja kuchoma nyumba zenu. Si mnaona wanachoma mashule? Sasa watakuja nyumbani wachome huko.
Even if you go join university, vile mkubwa mwingine amesema hapa, university is a very good place. Not many come back here at home wakiwa safe. So
sensemo ya borokiwa nigo boigo banyara kwenekiwa nga banyare gosegetwa gochiko koromokia koinyoranga nga iba kurwa chinsobo kwenekinga ngosoma bale na boigo chiko konya chiamate chiabo asa matukare bosio.
Will you be walking to your home with your head held high? Are you going to make your mother, father happy as you go home? If you are able to answer those questions, if you are able to ask those questions, then I'm very sure most of you will not be engaged in what we have been seeing in this country for the last 3-4 months. I wish you all the best. I know this is one of the best schools in Kenya, and those students who are here know that you are in the best school.
Omwarimu manene nigo boiga agendera kokera machibu ayo manene y'omwaka onyara gweta karboiga nyara goteba ase omwaka oyo iga nigo boiga gasine kubeka target eyuanda ke aborokiwa b'omwaka oyo iga boigo barachi gokora buya ekera amatemwa manene y'omwaka oyo iga aranyare goikirana.
All know that education is the only social equalizer, as mentioned earlier by Nelson Mandela, and all societies depend on education. We have young, energetic students who are influenced because of the social media, but we also advise that we must have control on the use of social media for the benefit of learning and not for the benefit of instruction. For those who are joining university, our last year's candidates and candidates from all over the country, we encourage them. There are several challenges, but in any circumstance, let them give dialogue a chance, be it their families, be it the university, be it the schools. Dialogue should be given a chance, and even when they have social problems.
Ripoti rikitaseni ya KCTV korega se skuru iga ya Ibacho Secondary School yue gotoka imeyaki amukamagwo dime bunge ya Nyaribari Masaba elietari ane ikonkoro kwa Dan Msungu.
Omoseneta we county ya Nyamira Okongo Omogeni oburirie serikali yomurai bwense William Ruto watema buna ekonyara komenta engeria guchese ekemeria yechae unichire yamo yokubakonya abalimi bechae kagukwana litukuria lero asamagacho yibunge yeseneto Okongo Omogeni nigo ateba abarimi abange nigo barengereirie nonya nugutugura echae asingicho nigo bakonyora engerienke.
People who are doing farming should get income that is commensurate to people who are also sitting in offices. When we speak about tea, Mr. Speaker, there has been a debate in this House, Mr. Speaker, whether it's high time we introduce the minimum returns for farmers, Mr. Speaker. If we say, for example, that every farmer should earn 100 shillings per every kilo of green tea, that will be a decent income, Mr. Speaker, for our farmers. In Nyamira, farmers are threatening that they will uproot their tea, and I'm sure maybe that agitation has probably extended to our neighboring counties of Kericho and Bomet, simply because, Mr. Speaker, we have not been able to put in place policies that will protect our farmers. Say that agriculture, especially tea, is a big contributor to our foreign earnings, Mr. Speaker. So how can we, as a government, abandon our farmers, Mr. Speaker?
Uyo kabeire omwaziri hase serikali ya bono iwe kurawa na William Ruto Aisha Jumwa werusire bene kurwase kiama kia UDA kagukwana litukulia leo nabali kiamangana Aisha Jumwa nigo atebanga style obokoreri bogendrete koene kiwase kiama kia UDA tago kiri gento kia muireire kwerusia ase ekiamekyo na gotebanga uburai nigo boligetie enchira yogucha kumusiekerera gutumike kiamekyo kubuli bugabona ase county ya Kilifi na komomocha umurai bwense William Ruto ase gutamuigerera ase kiama kia UDA.
I have made one of the most difficult decisions of my political life. From today, Aisha Jumwa Karisa Katana is no longer a member of the United Democratic Alliance, UDA. This decision is not an act of anger. It is an act of concern. It is a decision born out of love for Kilifi, faith in its people, and unshakable belief that our county deserves leadership that listens, serves, and delivers. As we move through this transition, Wananchi and the public will play a key role in shaping the next steps. Your voice, your guidance, and your expectations will inform the direction we take. This movement belongs to you. My fellow residents of Kilifi, I urge you to remain peaceful, united, and hopeful. Let us reject division, embrace one another, and continue this journey with dignity and courage. As your leader, I have chosen to stand with you. I will continue to listen to your voices, defend your democratic choices, and protect your right to determine your own political future without intimidation or interference. History has taught us that when a united people stand together for justice, no obstacle is too great, no dream is impossible.
magega yoyo kabere mukonyi bumurai bwense naende uri humurai gwikiama kia DCP Rigathi Gachagua kuburia abatari gutiriji sabari cyabo aiga Kenya bono nigo atebire ase yeikeire abasongo nigo batebira magana gukwana nigo ari ayekene kagukwanekera aumirana na barai ao bechikanisa ase amagacho gose ase kenyorokia wa munyoro Rigathi Gachagua nigo akageranga umurai wese William Ruto na bwate emeroberio yogochia gwaka echabachi besa eri ogutumika ase chikampeni cy'umwaka ugocha na goteba eyo nenjira egochia gusalia uchumi asense ya Kenya.
I have been told unajua sasa wazungu wameanza kunitafuta. Alisema ile mtu wa kusema ukweli ni Rigiji. Mkitaka tusaidike tafuta yeye. Sasa juzi hapa Anyanyuki. Iko askari wanaitwa Johnny. Iko program inaitwa Batuk. Hao watu ya Ruto, mtu anaitwa Nelson Koech na Ruto mwenyewe wakademand 3 billion. Ndio hii wazungu so that they can renew their contract waendelee kukaa pale. Wazungu wakataa. They decided to relocate to Tanzania. But then they love Kenya. So they wondered who can bring this matter to public attention. Akaambiwa kwa hii Kenya, ile mtu anaaminiwa na watu. Akisema kitu, watu wanajua ni ukweli. So we are asking William Ruto, please stop forcing the Germans to offload currency in Mombasa. Let the currency come to Nairobi and it be documented that inaenda vile imeagizwa na Central Bank. We don't want you to divert money for your campaign because that will cause inflation in the country. I think ameona hii deraru because imefunguliwa juzi, it might take time. Na vile amenyolewa pale Kalau, he needs more money. Pale Kalau imetumia karibu 16 billion. Projects 14.5 billion, cash 1.5. Sasa tumehesabu pale kura moja ile amepata, moja ni milioni 3 kura moja. Sasa kwa hii kura ya Kenya, if he spends 1.5 billion in every constituency out of 290, we are talking almost 400 billion. He'll have to print money because that money is not available. So we want to tell the Germans, please stay firm. Don't divert our currency to Mombasa. Take the currency to the central bank in Nairobi the way it's supposed to be done. Na hiyo maneno tutaendelea kusungumuza. Si ndio?
Omubunge w'ebunge ya Suna East Junet Mohamed omumochirie uyo kabiro mokonyi bumurai bwense aiga Kenya Rigathi Gachagua hasamagana agererete gukwana ayo agoteba na yo guturwania omurembe asense ya Kenya kagukwana litukulia lero ase amagacho ye ebunge enene Junet Mohamed nigo aburia eserikali kumwimukiria igetambo kirigitindi Rigathi Gachagua.
Mr. Speaker, what is going on in this country is alarming. Mr. Speaker, just first to buttress what my colleague has said about Batuk. Not only did that, I don't want to call him a leader, but that person or that impeached leader, did he only say that that contract was cancelled? He said there was a demand of 3 billion shillings by people in government for Batuk to be allowed to do their work in Nyanyuki or in Kenya. And Mr. Speaker, a day later, the whole thing was restored back. Mr. Speaker, what is happening in this country is really, really alarming. There is gross violation of the Constitution. This one man who has violated the Constitution when he was in office, and he continues violating the Constitution when he's out of office, Mr. Speaker. I don't know whether our institutions have stopped working. The NCIC, the DCI, the police, Mr. Speaker, because what that impeached leader is doing in this country is to destroy the fabric of this country so that Kenyans can turn against each other. Mr. Speaker, I'm sorry I came late to the House, but with your permission, Mr. Speaker, I'm one of the people, or one of the leaders in this House, Mr. Speaker, who have been elected from a constituency that his community does not stay, or is not the majority, Mr. Speaker. And I've represented them for over 3 terms. And I was even a mayor there, Mr. Speaker, where you visited me many times when you were mentoring me in leadership. Yes. Mr. Speaker, those people did not look at my tribe, did not look at my religion, did not look at my color, they did not look at my face or how my nose looks like. They looked at my capacity to serve them. Mr. Speaker, that community who stay in that area, the Luo community.
Oyo kabeire omugwaziri w'ekibesa serikali ya abono yorusetiwe abisi njuguna ndungu nigo amochirie omurai wese William Ruto asokole mali obokoreri we serikali kagukora litukulia lero ya Sweden ndungu nigo amochia Ruto nagoteba nigo aremairie obokoreri asekeria atebanga Ruto nere okorachise mochonsi che serikali no nyambalia bagokora emirimo ase chinsemo ao nigo bomwobwete egento keireire no nyanu uchumi asense yeito ya Kenya utakora abuya.
You are right, that capacity is there to do the right things, but it is covered by the institutional failure problem. If somebody wants to overrun the institution. Right now, I don't mind even if I'm quoted, right now, the current president overruns all the institutions. And that is why everybody in those institutions will have to conform for fear. But I refuse to do deals in the Ministry of Finance. I can't do deals. I know. It follows you to your grave. It doesn't go away with the regime, by the way. There are people who are my friends that were caught up in some of those things, including in the central bank. And even by the time they died, they were still being followed by those things. The cases were not concluded because it becomes a major punishment. Now, it's only capacity at the individual level and the institutional level that can give you that courage to say no because you know it will follow you. Regimes change and rules of the game change. And that is one of the biggest lessons. Actually, there are some people who actually argue that I would not have succeeded with M-Pesa, for example, if it was a different regime. And I've seen it. There is a Minister of Finance who even almost stopped M-Pesa. It's only that I reminded him that the central bank is independent and you cannot direct the governor of the central bank. But even having said that, because the big banks were fighting, I had to go down and do what he wanted.
Obomo bukwamereria serikali bwa linda mwananchi bukoragwa no museneta bwe county ya Nairobi Edwin Sifuna lituko lya lero nigo bamutarira omurai bw'ikiama kya Wiper aiga Kenya Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka ase ensemo ya Karen bagukwana na baliki amangana abaraya bo nigo bakwana sobwamo nga onde bwensi ukwamereria serikali nigo baguchya kubwatana kohenekinga ngumurusi bare abisi William Ruto asobochoryo bonne boguchi bumwaka bw'ikirure nangwa ase 2052 abo ase Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka nerati na guteba nkina kebata gosose serikali ya Ruto na gutugutira mangana agendera tukukwanwa nganige bangete gosoa ase serikali.
Omurai bw'ikiama kya Wiper Musike Kalonzo Musyoka nigomerana na barai balinda mwananchi Musike Edwin Sifuna mono Musike Babu Wino asecho bisichina necho Musike Kalonzo Musyoka ime ya Karen abarai aba bakwamerania ne serikali nigo bomerana eryo korokyo bwamo bwabo asukwamerania ne serikali Musike Edwin Sifuna niga mutebyo Musike Kalonzo Musyoka una bantu nigo batagete korabara mo bune kyombegie kwameria serikali.
We have only 2 missions here today. First of all, as Linda Mwananchi, we have gone around the country. Your Excellency, our people want to see us together. They want to see one team united as the people who believe that President William Ruto does not deserve a second term, and that the message we have carried from the ground in all these places that we have gone is that we must preach the unity of the opposition, and it's a unity that is based on certain values, and I'm coming to that as our second agenda here today. is to try to build consensus amongst the leadership of the opposition as to what they view is important to the people of Kenya at this particular moment in time. Your Excellency, increasingly we hear from young people especially that democratic governance and freedoms and the values that are expressed in our constitution are better than these shiny things that we see, because they believe roads can be built by anyone, but only a Democrat will protect the freedoms and rights under our constitution.
Nigo boigo musike Dwensifuna abuna mbachi kogenda sabara ibons bakwamiria serikali ase bachagete no musike Fred Matiang'i nabono ase musike Kalonzo Musyoka erinde korosige kundi akamege tungu kera amerania na serikali.
So we started these consultations or courtesy calls. We had a chat with your brother Fred Matiang'i. We have come to you. We will be looking for all the other leaders in the opposition with the same message, Your Excellency, and we are hoping that we will not let down Kenyans, but we will present one formidable team. As we say huko kwa ground, team ni moja, tamu ni moja.
Omusike Kalonzo Musyoka niga bakirambu ya mone kiombe kia linda mwananchi asoko motarenga ki propaganda gendrete bunambo meranete no musike William Ruto.
On behalf of Wiper Patriotic Front, I am so thrilled because you have also come kulinda Kalonzo. Because I'm under attack, a terrible attack. That I met William Ruto yesterday, even this morning. I'm supposed to be joining him for 7 o'clock presser. Understand you'll be asked the question, are you talking to the opposition? That's the reason he has called for this press conference. So that we are talking to all of them, including Kalonzo. Umekuja kunilinda kweli. Kulinda hilo jina ambalo kwa uwezo wake Mwenyezi Mungu nimejaribu sana kulilinda.
Nigo boigo musike Kalonzo moteyo moraibwenso musike William Ruto atige korota bunamba chiko bwatana nera sate babuna nigo bara umerane asetebe.
So I want to tell Mr. William Ruto, please stop imagining that one Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka can ever join you. We'll meet at the ballot.
Inko reporter ya Kisii TV, Charles Ombaki.
Wekira igagwo umwanchwa umuriria bugetaseri yitugia Kisii TV no ntagete koyakira umusumari amangana amayabu na ateka ase emeza yitu iburalia litukirigeria rere kanando chenga cha butukire jidagika 35 igoro ye Chinsa Inye cha abono margoba nigo ngwakambuye mono ase balia mwagendera gutubwatia gwetira ase emitandao kiagera ekaroko genda ase mutandao ulia o YouTube tonyole ase Kisii TV amandegere yo mugusina kuwaikire gagwo nabo ogo subscribe onye ande yake tura subscribe ase mutandao o Facebook fan page yitu nigo ekurukwanga Kisii TV Entertainment kuwaikire gabo to like na go follow kera engaki na balia mwato ikeire chi SMS chino ngani go mogerete kubwatia amagana amayani go togotebanga mbuyamono yo kuboretie ekerogo kyobujumbe ime ye bunge ya Nyaribari chache asobochori waeta Kevin Nyamari niko togotebanga biamono sana na Peter Atema kuruchisa cha South Mugirango na Dr. James Mugetumiruka kuruchisa machiricha Ngokoro niko togotebanga mbuya mono wikiragabo balia baenekia amariogi nechibicha ngabacheire ase enchira ya bene bakurawa na Pantalion niko togotebanga mbuya mono na inche timbwati ayo komenta wotatiga kubagaderia obotuko obuya na hade bogadere gutwara oburigeria obuya imeyegeta seri yetuge Kisii TV amandegere yo mugusi niko turache kuumerana na inwe lituko lya Jumapili Chinsa ibere cha margoba ase amagana amayagwe kolende ochakira abwankyo monyorane na Morris Esereta maritane ikonkurukwa Zaddock Omokenya mutukobia.
Aya na yatekire Chinga Kiechi ime ya Kisii TV.